Good morning, Eagles. I'm Dexter.
And I'm Aiden.
Today is Thursday, September 22nd, 2022.
This week's word of the week is interpret, which means to explain the meaning of.
Now our interview from Mrs. Best on the word of the week.
My name is Laura Lee Best, and I'm one of the 3 art teachers here at Pine Forest. This year I am teaching photography level 2, and I'm teaching sculpture 1. I went to the University of Vermont. I have 2 bachelor's degrees. One is in art history, and the second is in art education. When I met my husband, he was in the Coast Guard, and so we have moved around with the military a bit, and when our kids were young, I was a stay-at-home mom, but now we're here. This is where we're retiring, and so it was time for me to dive right in. I've been teaching here for 3 years. This week's word of the week is interpret, and that means to explain the meaning of. I love that interpret is the word of the week when I'm on ENN because in art, you are interpreting art all the time, whether it's painting, drawing, sculpture, or photography. When you look at a piece of art, you can decide what the artist was thinking. You can get clues into what was going on in the world at the time the piece of art was made. So we are always interpreting art in the room. Not only that, but when you're making your own art, it is helping you to interpret your thoughts and ideas, right? So that you can know a little bit more about yourself through the making of your own art. I think that whether you intentionally know you're doing it or not, people are interpreting things constantly. And I think it's very important as we are trying to effectively communicate with peers that we know that each person interprets things differently based on their own way of viewing the world. So knowing this is going to help you communicate more effectively with your peers.
Today, there is FSA Reading Retakes, Session 1.
Friday, September 23rd, there will be FSA Reading Retake Session 2.
Picture Day is Friday, September 30th. Come dressed for success. If you are interested in purchasing your school picture, visit our school's website for more information.
Stay clean and wash your hands, not for the weather.
Morning Eagles, today is sunny with a high of 93 and a low of 72, with a 1% chance of rain. I'm Philip, and that's all for this weather. Back to you, Anchors.
The FBLA Club will meet September 29th at 4 p.m. using Google Meet. Please turn our Google Classroom code SE3JV55D. The Google Meet link is in the classroom. We look forward to seeing you.
Please share the Book Club Google Classroom code to all students who are willing to participate in reading and discussion circles. The code is 5LWRWNR. A meeting will be held in the Innovation Center each Wednesday from 3:15 to 4:15. If you have any questions, please email or ask Mrs. Hangen, Mrs. Williamson, Mrs. Hull, or Mrs. Morris-Webb.
Now for the sports.
Good morning, Eagles. Anyone interested in boys basketball, please fill out a profile on athleticclearance.com. You'll need to upload a physical to your profile. Listen up for the upcoming events. This Thursday, our volleyball will face Navarre High School at 4:30 and 5:30. This Thursday, there will also be a swim meet versus Escambia High School, Pine Forest High School, West Florida High School, Tate High School, and Pace High School. This Friday will be a cross-country competition called the Argonaut XC Invite at UWF. This Friday, there will be varsity football versus West Florida High School at 7 p.m. That's all for the Eagle Sports. Back to you, Anchors.
Seniors, please check for an email from Ms. Knight in regards to the Fast Food Challenge that begins on October 1st, 2022. Also, check the Class of 2026 Google Classroom for the most up-to-date information. The code to access the Google Classroom is ARZOV3R.
There'll be no gaming club this week. All Cyber Patriots. Please check your email for important registration info. There'll be a Cyber Patriot meeting Friday, September 23rd after school at room 624. I'm Dexter.
And I'm Aiden.
Signing off Eagle Nation News.
Make sure to be respectful,
responsible,
and resilient.